Snake coming the gun. On the fire in the tree. He said, all right, then. Are you ready? Okay, now everybody please unmute so we can do the good morning thing, good night thing, so we can talk a little bit. Yes. Okay. Unmute for a little bit. All right. I see Jinga in the house. Quasi, morning.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. Let's do a little bit attendance.
Everyone's so nice to see everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, cousin Quasi. Hey, cousin Quasi. Paul from London. Yay.
You have to go show yourself.
I do, yeah? Hold on a minute. Let me find the camera. I'm so excited.
Yes, good to see everyone. Who's that?
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Find the camera.
How you doing, brother?
This is going to be around.
Brother, you see? How you doing?
Good night, good night.
Come back.
Good night.
Good night. We come tell you. Good night.
My name is Baird. How are you?
Me?
Hello, there's a beard here. Sharian beard.
I recognize her voice. Is that Carol?
Hello. This is Sharian here. With all our children looking on from Linden, Guyana.
All right.
Hi.
Sapo. Hi.
Hi there.
No, this is
You remain, man.
no, it's not.
Only me.
What's up, buddy?
My cousin has come. Spencer. He gone. You know, you clear him off the camera. His name is Spencer.
Donna Abrams. Morning. Good afternoon.
So, Dr. Pauline Bayer, she's one of the editors for the newspaper.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
afternoon, everyone. Good evening.
My name is Dave. You can put my J-H-N.
Hello, Robinson.
Nobody would know.
How do I put me on there?
One said, more said, I don't join the prayer no more. She don't see my name. I see my name. Change my name. I start my email. So I got a vest.
I see Osafo in the background there.
The thing is start. The days where they're going with me at
Okay.
Look at that one face full of hair and nasty.
Give me a minute. All right. Morning in Japan and
Timber Kwanzaa.
thank you so much for coming on. So we can really have a good feeling about this. So let's get a head count here. I'm in Japan. Let me ask you where you're from.
They want to sponsor the same Buxton. Same one. We do the news thing.
No, here?
She said she's we name sister, you know.
All right, so this is not going to work with you, but listen to me.
It's
going to work. So, Bernice, I see you. Good morning, good afternoon. So we have.
Good afternoon. I had to unmute myself.
Okay. Good afternoon. It's all right. All right. So we're gonna start. We're gonna be talking to Kwayana and talking about his book. We're ready to start. Good. So we're ready. Okay. So everybody, the book we have in focus is Buxton Friendship in Print and Memory by Kwayana. And if you listen to my story time earlier today, you would hear me talk about what this book has done for me. Like I said, you know, when I got home after some travels, someone gave me this book, I think, and I read it, and I was so surprised at the amount of information he managed to put in this book. Now, Kwayana doesn't like to talk about himself. Those who from Buxton, you know that, right? So I want us to talk about the stories of Buxton and, you know, get into it. So first we had to say welcome to Kwayana. Kwayana, are you there?
There.
How you do?
There.
All right.
As usual. Yes. On there.
Yes. So
thank you.
You know, yesterday, to be honest, when I cracked this book open, the first story that came to me was Mr. Anthony Garden and the shoes. And how he took his shoe and connected a little by behind. That was a section about the folk tales and the folk people. So I've always wondered what Buxton was like and who were the characters of note at the time. So when you were growing up, what was it like with the relationship between men and boys? People like Sam, but that's not so.
Thank you. You're right home to me there.
Yes.
The relationship was a very conflicted one. It varied, of course. You know, it changed with different people in different times and places and parts of the village. But the name you called Mr. Sam Brutus was quite a figure. I used to be teaching at Friendship Primary, the old Anglican school.
Yeah.
And usually I would walk from Ogle Street up Friendship Middle Walk. And if I'm going towards the public road, going towards school, on the left, there was a special type of house in which the Honorable Mr. Sam Brutus lived.
You give him honorable.
Now, Mr. Brutus was not an ordinary, oh yes, he is not an ordinary gentleman. He was very serious about life. Let me, am I talking too much yet?
No, you keep going because
if I begin to talk too much,
young and old to reminisce, and I want the young ones to come and know these characters who are valuable to our village history. Yeah.
What comes to mind immediately about Sam Brutus is that in 1958, I know that from other things, C.L.R. James, the Caribbean historian, and theoretician, philosopher, gave a lecture at St. Augustine School, Friendship Government School, packed hall. He was talking about a possible federation of the Caribbean, which we were very active about at the time. Some of us got into a lot of trouble supporting it. And at question time, he put the question to the audience if anybody had any questions. Mr. Sam Brutus, at the back of the hall, asked about a ship to go back to Africa. My goodness. And C.L.R. James went off on another lecture explaining to the people why Sam Brutus was asking such a question. So that was the kind of person. You know, he was bearded, he was short, he was very alert, he was a farmer, full-time farmer. He's on the farm every day. But let me tell you about his home.
Yes, yes, that's quite a peculiar place.
His house had several pieces of zinc, slogans on them written in tar, on white zinc, in handwriting. He had a lot of dogs. He also had his own coffin.
Yes.
Ready made. Waiting for the awful day. Now, when you look at these posters, these notices that he had nailed up on trees, coconut trees, mango tree passing, the first notice was, beware of the dog, 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 dog.
So
he did not bother with the plural number.
So Lil
just wrote the word dog for each animal.
A big trouble, right?
Beware of the dog, 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 dog. The other notice said, England kings say every man must go by duty. So do I, up to thy end. Full stop.
Kind of
Third notice, in war, you know, he was a returned soldier.
Okay.
He went to the First World War. So he had this military thing in his head. The other notice was, in war have I gained my honor. In war I shall lose it. In war have I gained my honor. In war I shall lose it. When you began to read those notices, if you read them aloud, as soon as you say, in war have I gained my honor, run. Mr. Brutus is coming after you. And he could run. At the age of about 6 or so, he could run.
Wow.
And you had to be fast and get out of the way. But that is what I remember most about him. Now, we had a village election.
Okay.
Martin Stevens and I were the two small boys helping the big men to canvass, men and women. So I went into Mr. Sam Brutus. He was listed as a voter to get him to vote for the association. And I had an experience.
Okay.
And the experience I had with Sam Brutus is the same experience I had with Mitai Lall.
Mitai
He lived
Lall?
opposite Mitai Lall.
Where do you live?
Mitai Lall lived just about where Sturabout Anderson.
Oh, Cousin George and Clara.
Cousin George Anderson. That was where Mitai Lall was, just next to that. Both of them gave me the same answer.
Okay.
Sam Brutus says, he knew me well, we were good friends. He said, teach me definitely read Peers Association. But you know, me never scratch out the name. Because Jesus said, no come for to condemn. Jesus said, no come for condemn.
Oh.
So me go put one little tick at the name that me want.
But you're leaving everybody name.
That's how he's going to vote. He's calling the vote.
You
can't change him from that. No point. Okay. Mitai Lall told me the same thing. Mitai Lall said, me not crash out nobody. We go put one little tip. So the two of them had that same idea about voting. But his yard he was very industrious, you know, he worked all day, he had a lot of trees in the yard, and every day he's on the farm.
Yeah, I remember Sam Brutus, and we had all these stories about him. So thank you for that story. It takes us back. Those Kwesi, and I'm sure you know Sam Brutus, I see Brian Moses and so on, Remington. This was quite a character.